Hey, it's Billy D. This video is going to be on how am I going to beef up my BYRON F-16 to handle this new XPS system. A lot of things that's why I kind of held off on doing anything to this. I wanted to see how powerful this XPS system was going to be, and watching a lot of videos and talking to a lot of guys online, it seems like this power system is a lot more than we expected. So I want to make sure I build my plane so on the first pass I don't blow off the whole tail section or rip off the wings or whatever. I want to make sure that I build this to the point where I can't overpower it. Not that I want it to go 170 miles an hour, but if I wanted to, I could put more cells in it, have more power, shorter takeoffs, play around with it a little bit more. But I have some questions for you guys out there. I need help on where I should reinforce it and where I shouldn't. What I've done so far is I have sheeted all my surface areas. On the BYRON, these were foam. This is my elevator. I've used 1/64 plywood. I've sheeted it, glued it, epoxied it, doubled up the thickness on here for where the elevator connects to the servo. I did the same with my rear stabilizer. My vertical fin has been sheeted with row-barred hinges. This is the wing. I didn't sheet the wing yet. It's still foam, as you can see. I did put wood blocks in here to put my row-barred hinges in it, and I'm going to sheet it. The hole here, I'm going to put my servo in here for the elevators instead of using that BYRON system, which we all know wasn't that strong. I've also done some things as far as inserting threads in here, so when I put the wing on the plane, when it slides in like this, I'm able to bolt it on here. I'm going to be able to bolt it. Besides just sliding it on through here, I'm going to have a nut and bolt system, or a bolt here, to hold it tight against the fuselage. I don't know. I have some questions about where the elevator's going on here. On the BYRON system, it just has this little aluminum tube in here that's hollow, which you can actually bend. And when it goes down and through here, I just don't like the fact that it's in a little brass tube that just has a little bit of fiberglass around the little tube on the back section. I don't see this tail section being strong enough. So I have a couple ideas of what I want to do. As you can see, this is the foam wing, and this is the stabilizer, the vertical stab that I have sheeted already. It's sheeted in 1/64 plywood. And on this BYRON, the only support they had for the vertical stab was a piece of wood. It ran right down here, and then a piece of wood ran down inside the fuselage, which ran right down through here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some carbon fiber, and let's see this. Oh, there goes my wing. Let's get a better angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some carbon rod. I'm going to put the rod inside of here, bring it down inside the fuselage, and secure it in there. I'm going to do two pieces. I'm going to do one here and one here. I'm also, when I get my vertical fin mounted, I'm going to put my servo right in here for my rudder. As we all know, on the BYRONs, they had a long control rod. It ran all the way up front of the thing for your rudder. So I'm going to put the servo right here, really short linkage. I'm going to try to keep my linkage as short as possible. In here, that's where the servo goes, right here for the elevator, which this is where I have all my concerns about. The elevator really scares me on this thing because it just doesn't seem like it's going to be strong enough. As we can see, at least the linkage from the servo to this will be very short, but my concerns are here, the strength in here, and I'm going to try to get you guys a good view of what it looks like. We have to look through the fuselage. We're going to have to look through the fuselage to see that now. So let me see if I can get a video of that. You can take a look through that hole. See right down, you can see that little brass tube down in there. All it is it's just fiberglass to the side of the plane, which I really don't think that's going to be strong enough to hold this elevator. I don't know if you can see it. It's really hard to see. It's even hard to see without a camera. I'll get my hand in here and show you guys. what I need to beef up is this right here, if you can see that. That's the tube that holds the elevators, and I want to know in here, in this area here. I was thinking in that little section back here where the elevator goes on, is I was thinking of, let me know if I'm doing this right or not. I was going to fill this with a carbon fiber rod to this hollow aluminum bar on here. I was going to put a carbon fiber rod in there to give it more strength. And I also was thinking about, I have a friend that could make me a CNC block with bearings on each side of it, a little aluminum block that I could mount in here instead of just relying on a piece of brass tubing, fiberglass to a piece of thin fiberglass, where I can get something structurally stronger in here. So let me know. Like I said, I don't want to see this thing tear apart on the first flight. I'm not going to try to make it a 200 mile an hour or 150 mile an hour F-16. I want to fly and not worry about parts flying off of it and crashing it just because I didn't reinforce it. And a lot of people were, keep it light, keep it light, keep it light. But I believe we're in the stage now with the power plant I'm putting in here and the capability of it down the road, where as soon as they come out with a controller, a speed control that can handle more than 50 volts, which will be probably by springtime or summertime, we're going to be able to add up to, I believe, 18 cells on this motor it can handle. Not that I'm going to run that, but if I want to, and I want some crazy power for takeoff or playing around, I can do it without worrying about destroying the plane. So that is what I've come up with so far. I'm probably going to give a good start on, get back on this thing after the holidays, probably after the first of the year. I'm going to start finishing, trying to get the fuselage beefed up, should I say. Beefed up where I feel confident to start assembling and get it back out the paint. And let me know about the cheater hole too. I've had everybody tells me a different thing. One person says you have to leave the cheater hole in, the next person says take the cheater hole and cover it in. I don't know yet. I have no clue what this thing's going to do. Of course the landing gear goes in this F-16. I could build ductwork in there. That's another thing, putting a ductwork in there for the unit. So that's something else maybe down the road. I don't know if I'm going to leave it, if I should leave it open on the first flight just to make sure it flies or what, but any suggestions, please. That's why I'm doing this. Hopefully you can help me out, and I can help the next guy out who's beefing up one of their old BYRON planes and put one of these great SPX units in there. So it's Billy D, and I will be making another video soon. So stay tuned. Don't forget, subscribe to my videos so you can keep seeing what's going on with all this XPS stuff and this BYRON build. Thanks a lot, Billy D.